Children, welcome in our science class. Now let us continue diversity of objects. If you observed carefully, it can be seen that sometimes a single object is made of more than one material. Example, some cooking utensils are made of metals with plastic handles, some almirahs are made of wood with metallic handles, etc. Pencil is made up of wood, writing lead and paint. Lead is made up of clay and graphite. If you observe carefully, you will see that the single object can be made up of more than one material. For example, see umbrella. It is made up of fabric, metal, iron or steel, and handle is made up of plastic. In the same way, lampshade. It is made up of fabric, plastic, paper and glass. Bulb is made up of glass. In the same way, a single object can be made up of more than one material. Here in the picture, different objects are given and you have to write the materials used. Pencil, wood, lead, surface paint, etc. Calendar, paper, plastic. Bicycle made up of aluminium, steel, leather. Radio set made of plastic, copper wire, etc. Lampshade, fabric, glass, paper, plastic. Umbrella, fabric, plastic, metal. Metal can be of steel or iron. Now, classification of object. First we will read your wisdom. Do you keep your crayons and color pencils in one box? Do you group your books, toys, clothes, stationery, etc. in a proper way? Children, this question you have to find out yourself and you have to write in science copy. Then only you will be able to understand the classification of objects. Now, classification of objects. Objects can be grouped together on the basis of a variety of considerations. Don't you arrange your school bag putting all books in one section, notebooks in another section of the bag, and all small size items like pencil, pen, eraser, sharpener, etc. in a pencil box. Your mother arranges a variety of objects in the house according to their nature and use. A librarian arranges books subject-wise and alphabetically. A chemist keeps different medicines in separate shelves according to their use, make, or some specific considerations. Objects can be grouped on the basis of variety of consideration. Means the objects which are considered more are grouped at one place. If you arrange your school bag, you will put all the books in one section, notebooks in another section, and small items like pencil, etc. in a pencil box. At home also, your mother arranges variety of objects in the house according to their nature and use. For example, pulses she will kept in one shelf, which are used daily. Utensils, for example, utensils, spoons she will kept in one shelf, which are used daily. Glasses in another shelf, and other items also. Like this she arranges according to its nature and use. When you go to library, if you want maths book, then if it is not arranged systematically, then it will be very difficult for you to take out the maths book. If it is arranged systematically, for example, in one shelf science book is kept, in another shelf English book is kept, English books are kept, and in third shelf if maths books are kept, then it will be easy for you to find the maths book. You will not have to search the whole library for your book. In the same way, chemist also keeps different medicines in separate shelves according to their use, make, or specific considerations. Means medicines which are used for cold, cough, etc. that medicines chemist will keep in one shelf. Medicines for heart diseases will be kept in another shelf. Like this, in the same way, chemist arranges the medicines according to its use and considerations. Scientists study plants and animals by grouping these under different categories. Doctors treat their patients by considering different groups of diseases. Have you ever thought what is the purpose and need of such grouping? Scientists study plants and animals by grouping under different categories: living, non-living, their characteristics, etc. Doctors also treat patients by considering different groups of diseases: heart disease, lung disease, bone diseases, etc. Now, what is the purpose of such grouping. It is interesting to note that such grouping is done because it helps in sorting out the objects. Sorting out means it helps in separating the objects into different groups. Makes it easier to locate any object quickly, that is saves time. It also saves time because the object will be located at that place, you know that where it is kept. It will save time. Is convenient to arrange things systematically. It is convenient to arrange things systematically. Helps to identify any object. Okay. It is very easy for you to identify the object. Helps in having systematic knowledge about things. You can also have knowledge of that object if it is arranged systematically. Makes study of different objects easier. Helps to understand similarities and dissimilarities among different objects. Okay. Enables us to differentiate between members of different groups. You can also differentiate between members of different groups. Such a method of grouping similar things together is called classification. In other words, the process of sorting out and grouping things according to some basis or criteria is called classification. This is done on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities between different things around us. Okay, this you can understand by this example, that if you have to buy the groceries or you have to buy the food items, then when you go to mall, if you want dairy products, then if it is not kept systematically, if the objects are not kept systematically, then you will have to search the whole mall where the dairy products are kept. If they are kept systematically, then there is a section of dairy products. In mall you will find that there is the section of dairy products. Okay, pulses, another section of pulses, fruits, vegetables, etc., etc. Okay, so if it is written there that here the dairy products are kept, then it will be very easy for you also to find the dairy products and for the seller also. Okay, he can tell you where it is kept. So that is why the objects are arranged systematically, so that it is convenient for you also and for the seller also to tell you. Okay, and you can also differentiate between two dairy products, characteristics of dairy products and properties of fruits and vegetables. Okay, like this you can differentiate between two items, between their similarities and dissimilarities, etc. Okay, that is why systematic arrangement is necessary to place all the objects. It is convenient for you to find out the object when it is kept systematically. Okay, that is why classification is necessary. Okay, and what is classification? Method of grouping similar things together is called classification. Okay, similar things means if food items are there, means these are the food items. See, dairy products, pulses, fruits, vegetables. Okay, and soap, etc. Detergent item, soap, shampoo, etc. So same items, these are the food items. Okay, means these are the items which are used at home, and it is grouped in proper way. It is kept in different shelves. In this is called classification. Okay, grouping of the items which are similar. These all are household items. HOUSEHOLD. These all are household items and they are grouped in different way. Now this is called classification. Okay, these are household items. They are grouped in different, means they are grouped and they are kept in the proper place, different shelves. This is the classification. Okay. Now the process of sorting and grouping things according to some basis or criteria is called classification. Now see, we have sorted and grouped the things on the basis of some criteria. What are the criteria? Now these are the detergent items, these are the fruits and vegetables, and these are the food items, pulses, etc., and these are the dairy products. Okay, so here this is the criteria of grouping these household items. This is called classification. Okay. Now children, this much in today's class. Now next class we will discuss natural and man-made materials.